this is Tomas with Speed Reading for Entrepreneurs episode 3. And a while ago I've made a video called The 3 Simple Steps to Remember What You Read. It was about a year ago when I was in Thailand, and it's one of my most viewed videos so far. So in this video I'd like to share basically the second part of it, but in reality how to remember what you speed read. So when you speed read, you do a few things that actually decrease your comprehension or decrease how much you're understanding the text that you're reading. If you read normally, slowly, if you pause, if you give yourself some time to think, if you go and reread, that actually helps you not only remember better, but also just to comprehend better what you're reading at the moment. But with speed reading, we don't subvocalize so much. We actually don't, make so many pauses just to think when we're reading. And we don't do those typical things that usually allow us to comprehend better and to remember better what we read. We also don't reread. So it's very important that we actually do something about that and do something to increase our comprehension and really remember what even we speed read. I read a tweet a couple of days ago that said, I speed read War and Peace in 20 seconds. It's just 3 words, War and Peace, but it's a good start, So we don't want that when we are learning speed reading. That can be fine as a joke, but I want to give you the actual tool in this video to make sure you don't fall into the trap of reading fast but then remembering nothing and really getting nothing out of the text. What I want for you is that you read fast, say read a book in a couple of hours instead of someone taking 10 hours and a month. You read it in 2 hours in one sitting and still remember what you're reading so that you can use it and basically have it in your head and basically have it change your world. And let's get to the technique then. So this technique or this way of reading is called fast-tracking neural connections. Sounds super fancy and scientific, but in reality it's simply having a deeply emotional experience with the text that we are reading. So remember when you read something that really resonated with you deeply emotionally and you were like, wow, this is amazing. So you remember this material much better than something that's sort of mildly interesting or maybe something that you have to do for your studies or your work. And unfortunately sometimes, in life you don't always do what feels really good and what's really nice. Sometimes you have to do something for work and maybe studies, But to remember better and to actually remember what you speed read, I suggest that you choose information that is deeply emotionally involving for you. Then you can speed read it in a couple of hours and you can immediately gain the necessary realizations, the insights that you need to gain from this book instead of spending a month and not really even remembering it. So of course another big thing then is to mind map what you're reading, and I've made some videos about that, like how to mind map books. I'll also talk about that in the free course that you can find the link to in the description. But just doing this alone is already going to basically be amazing for remembering better what you speed read. And then you may as well be asking, dude, okay, so I still need to read that thing for my school or for my work, or the thing that I just am not interested in at all, but I still have to read. So any tips for me? And yes, I have a couple tips for you too. I know I've been in this situation as well. So what you can do is you can, another fancy term here, fast track neural connections by semantic reinforcement. Or to put it in simple words, simply associate whatever it is that you're reading with something that you feel pleasant about, or with some goal or future vision that actually is moving you to read. So if you're reading a physics book and you're not interested in it at all, what you can do is you can visualize how that connects with your greater understanding of the universe, greater understanding of the world, how that actually is increasing your learning habits or giving you a broader perspective on life. Just write down, say 20 things that are really key for you, that 20 values that are met or 20 goals that is going to help you achieve maybe in the long run. And maybe there's even something in the short run, that is going to help you with. And then whatever it is that you're reading, try and connect that to what's important for you. Then it's going to be much easier to actually do it, and even you're going to remember better what you're reading. So if there's something that you're not super passionate about learning, go ahead and just write it down, and write down 20 reasons. Just take a few minutes and it's going to basically pay off massively in how easy it will be to read and how much you'll even remember, because you will see why you're reading the thing. For example, if you're reading that physics book, as I said previously.
Holy shit, how did I get here? All right, I was saying about the physics book. So the video, lost the video, the end of the video. So thought I'd just finish it up right now and make sure that even if the information isn't interesting, actually just connect something with it. Connect what will ultimately happen if you do study this information. You can also think what happens if you don't learn it or if you don't properly get it. And then otherwise, just make sure to read what you absolutely adore, and that's gonna help you remember what you read and what you speed read much better. And if you'd like to learn more, go ahead and click here to grab my free course for entrepreneurs who don't have any time and want to read faster and just want to go through a bunch of business books and take their life and business to the next level. Grab it here.